Yelma, is this Kanye?
Oh my God, is this an Irish coffee?
Let's see what we can do mood lighting wise. That's always it'll change. Yeah, that's kind of nice, right?
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, maybe that.
Oh,
That's kind of
okay. I got a beer.
Or maybe turn on those sconces and turn those two off.
God.
Yelma, lighting goes a long way in setting the mood for a good podcast, don't you think?
No.
Yo, this Irish coffee is amazing, by the way.
It's actually bomb.
It's really good.
There.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good. That's
I
good.
like that.
Let's do that. Let's do it. All right, here we go, everybody. Hello and welcome to another episode of So Fly. It's the end of June, and we're
Like, kinda.
yeah. What's the date today? June 21st.
It's the 22nd.
22nd of June, which is in Ontario bass opener season.
Most of it.
And for most of Ontario.
Some of it.
Actually, this zone actually opened last weekend. Believe it or not. Okay, my name is Mitch. We've got Yelma on the show.
Yeah, of course you got me on the show.
How's it going?
Well, that's great. Good to see everyone.
We've got Aldo.
Hi.
And we've got a very special guest on the show today. One of the most knowledgeable fly fishing guests we've probably ever had on the show, actually. And we're really fortunate to have him on the show because, like I said, it's bass opener. And he's probably done the most bass fishing on the fly than anyone we've ever met. It's my dad.
Hello.
Yeah, just to set it up, he's actually...
Happy to be here.
He's really never fly fished for bass. He actually has no fly fishing experience and really doesn't know anything about fly fishing.
I fly fished a little bit.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
We're at Buckshot Lake. This is Mitch and Ken, his dad's cottage, the Dooslings. We're at the Dooslings cottage on Buckshot Lake. I've
Having a
heard
good
so many
time.
stories.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
so many stories. I've listened to so many podcasts.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, Yilma and I recorded a podcast here like 3 years ago. Remember that?
We did, yeah. It was a contest between your homegrown friends.
Yeah.
The bait casters and the fly fishers.
Spin fishers versus fly fishers.
And who won?
Fly fishers.
We did.
No shit.
Yeah.
We creamed them.
No shit.
As inexperienced as I was back then, we still creamed them.
Hey?
They're just terrible, though.
By much, though? It was marginal.
It was pretty
close.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my mic's about to fall off.
Oh, no. Oh, well, here we go. Well, everybody listening, this is kind of like, I don't know if you think back to Elk Lake when we recorded the last time, just the four of us, it was Gab and Aldo and Yilma and I in Elk Lake, and it was like 4 a.m, and we were drinking all night and fishing all day, and like you were in the sun all day, like you're tired. Kind of a similar experience right now. It's like 10:30. It's not too crazy, but like
Not too crazy.
We fished all day, and
A lot of fish.
sunburn. I am sunburned. I'm like a crisp right now, I think. But it wouldn't be bass opener if I didn't look like a Red Lobster menu, right, Aldo?
Yeah, you do like a small...
Like Shrimp Fest is here. You know? What do you think, Yilma?
I'm kind of preoccupied. I'm trying to get myself ready for Factor Fishy. I mean, I'm assuming our audience is very excited to hear about Factor Fishy that's going to be happening later on.
I'm excited for Factor Fishy.
How many fish did you catch today?
We caught tons of fish
I know,
today.
but what do we do? Let's tell everybody
Let me
what
tell you
happened.
something,
Okay.
baby. Here we
Okay,
go.
so it is
break it down
Bass
for
Opener.
June 22nd,
Bass Opener.
2019.
And on 2019.
Second day of summer.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh.
Everybody hit something.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Long time ago, a couple months ago, we were all looking at calendar. What we should do for a Bass Opener? Mitch is like, oh, I should have you guys up at the cottage because it's a
This
great,
is going back to like what?
like probably January.
Easily January.
Yeah. So like we're sitting around, we're planning our year, and we're like, what are we gonna do? We gotta do something for Bass Opener. And Mitch is like, you know what? We're going to Buckshot Lake. There is a little pond off of Buckshot Lake, which is part of Buckshot Lake.
It is
right?
part of Buckshot Lake.
But like a beaver dam. Beavers have dammed it.
It's basically its own lake.
in such a
It's
way
big.
that it's its own lake, right?
Well, you know what? I think the lake existed before, but the dam, because that dam has grown over the years. It's changed sizes over the years.
Ken?
It has,
Damn.
grown, it has
Confirm or
gotten
deny?
bigger. It has gotten bigger.
It's
yeah.
gotten bigger.
Ken, how long have you
But
guys
I don't
had
think
the
you should
boat?
give too much information where this is because it's quite
Yeah.
the hot spot, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's a hot spot, but people aren't going to fish it. There's tons
No.
of bass lakes.
Okay.
Hey, if you want to come fish it, good luck. Find it.
Just make sure you release the bass. Then we're all good.
Yeah. It's an amazing lake.
Ken,
man.
how long have you guys had this property here?
2003.
And
So that'd
Mitch,
be 16 years.
so Mitchie, you've been coming up here for a while.
This is where I learned to fly fish, baby.
This is where you learned how to fly fish.
This is where
so,
it all started.
So special place.
Very special place. Buckshot Lake is a very special place in the Addington Highlands.
Yeah, I kind of took you through the steps of learning how to fly fish.
Yeah.
Bought you your first rod and took you out there and
Yeah.
we went through the basics of
Yeah.
making a fly and
When we started the basics, like what was the first thing? Like what was the first thing you taught me to how to fly fish?
stretching. Really, you had to stretch.
Yeah.
You had to get the stretching in, and once you learned the stretching exercises, then it was I got you a rod, but it was really a thicker rod, so that when you went to the real rods, it would be easier to handle.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What was
Yeah.
what was the rod you started me on? I can't remember.
Oh,
The brand
the
was
original first rod,
Yeah, what was the brand?
Oh,
It was
boy.
White River?
Tyco.
No.
Was it a Tyco?
Yeah, probably Tyco.
I can't remember.
Fenwick? Ugly Stick.
That was a long time ago. Oh, you're talking fly fish, or you're talking the baitcaster?
It's a good Irish coffee, baby.
Ken just made us Irish coffees and they're delicious.
40 Creek, shout out. 40 Creek Premium Barrel Select. We got a little whiskey in these Irish
That was
coffees.
a good addition. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a delicious addition.
Yeah. So maybe
I love this 40 Creek. baby.
Canadian coffees?
You know what? Maybe that's a good
Irish Canadian coffees.
Irish Canadian coffees. Irish Canadian is a good twist on the old.
But you learned
The
all your
old
fly fishing techniques here on
recipe,
Buckshot, and then you took that elsewhere.
I did, yeah. Buckshot Lake is a very special lake to me. I mean, like I said, that's where I learned to fly fish. So it's really nice to be able to take you, Aldo, you, Yilma,
Yeah,
to
appreciate it,
Buckshot
man.
Lake and do bass opener.
No, it was a great bass opener.
Yeah.
Like,
I was looking forward to this for the last
Long-
6 months.
we've been
It's been great.
like, I think there was we have been having some, like, I wouldn't say horrible weather in southern Ontario, but like it seemed to be that every weekend we just got rain.
It was a cold start. It was a slow
or
start to the
thunderstorm.
summer. You know what it was?
Today was a miraculous day.
I was kick bass.
It was kick bass. Oh, fuck. This is why we have him on the show. Honestly. He just did this. He put his finger on his head and he went because he had a great idea.
idea.
Kick bass is a great idea.
Kick bass.
I think that's the name
I
of
will
this
say though,
episode.
the bugs are crazy right now. Like the black flies are still out. It's June.
I think that's testament to the season starting. Like we've
Exactly.
had such a slow spring in Ontario, and then
Yep.
today, I mean, like really, this is
And
like
rainy
one of
and
the.
wet.
I think this is one of the nicest weekends we've had.
Oh my god!
so
today
far
was
this
amazing.
year.
It is. Lot of
Maybe a
bugs,
couple
though.
weeks ago was good, but this is really like the kicker. This is really the jam on the toast.
It's gonna get better from here.
I like that. I think that's
It's
great.
it's the
way to
brie
look
on
at
the
it.
plate right now.
We had a good dinner tonight too. Papa Dew's made us some
Some
steaks.
steaks.
What was the brie? What happened with that brie plate?
We won't talk about that.
You took a plate. Well, Mom's not gonna listen to this stuff. It's okay if you're breaking her plates. Don't worry about it, man.
You don't put a cold plate in a barbecue.
With the thing with like a wheel of brie,
The wheel of brie.
like exploded.
I've got my fact of fishy.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Sick, man. Well, that's gonna. I mean, people are gonna be able to look forward to that stuff coming a little later.
Yeah, they will.
It's gonna be a good factor fishy. Yeah. So yeah, like Aldo said, like it was a while ago, months ago, where we were planning coming up here because we were looking at what kind of trips can we plan out, and bass opener up here is the way to do it because that Bass Lake is just an amazing place to go catch largies.
That's awesome. So Friday we got off work. We pick up some camera rentals, and then you guys hit the road. I was already up here.
You're fishing splake.
We had an awesome bacon and egg dinner.
I could go for another Irish coffee, kind of.
Oh,
Actually, maybe we
another
shouldn't
one.
be drinking that much coffee. It's like 10:30.
Now we're gonna go insane. So Friday night, Mitchie, you guys got off work. You came up here. I was already up here. We had a great dinner of bacon and eggs last night. It was delicious. Ken, thanks again. We wake up 6 a.m.
6:30 for me, but yeah.
We load up the flow tube. We're on flow tubes today. We what do we do? Inflated them? You inflate them, right? That's what you do. Inflated the flow tubes. Got the watermaster ready. We fucking hopped in the back of the pickup truck. Drove to the pond. Went over that beaver dam, baby, and started popping. Started popping and slopping and smashing bass. It was great.
It was an insane day.
Pulling out a fish about one a minute, eh?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah.
I think in total,
Second cast.
I think in total we were over 60 fish today.
It
Yeah.
was a crazy.
At least
amount of
20 fish.
Yilma
Yeah.
killed it.
Yilma did kill
I
it.
crushed it.
Mitch though came out of the gate hot.
I did, yeah, coming out of the gate. Well, let's go back. Let's go
Well,
back to the drive down. though.
all three of us had a thing. I crushed it late half. Somebody got the biggest one, and then you hit it early. You know, you set the tone. So we had a tone setter.
Yeah, we had the tone setter.
Right, and then we had the big basser. Okay,
The big basser,
and then we
yeah.
had the climax.
Climax of the.
Why did you have to use that word?
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the end of the
Like the
day.
pièce de résistance.
Oh, we got to talk about that fly.
Yeah.
Thanks to Drift Outfitters for
Sorry,
that
what were you
fly.
going to say, bitch? You were saying rewind to something?
Well, I was going to talk about going to drift that night before, and that's a nice segue.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Very nice segue.
Oh, my
Because
God, such
all
a good
three
segue.
of us hit into drift at different times. I went to drift Thursday night. Yilma went to drift Wednesday night. Aldo went to drift like Tuesday or Monday night.
No, I went Wednesday.
Did you?
This guy went Friday.
He went. No, he didn't go Friday.
No.
We came down Friday.
I went Thursday.
He went
Oh, yeah.
Thursday. So I went. We all went different times. And Rob was like, oh hey. But he hooked us up, and I bought like a bunch of flies, and all the bass flies down at Drift were kicking it.
They were kicking. You know what? Rob was like, you should use this popper, which was a deer hair popper. I don't usually use deer hair flies.
Why is that?
Sorry, deer hair poppers.
How come?
I don't know, man. I like the foam.
Why?
No good reason.
Aesthetic purposes?
Clearly, no good reason.
It's purely aesthetic.
It's that fish with confidence thing, right? Like I'm used to catching flies on them, catching fish on them,
Yep.
and so the other thing is foreign, and a foreign thing is unfamiliar, and you don't have any confidence with it. You know what I mean?
What flies did you pick up? You were the first one to go to Drift. What'd you get?
Just like a shit ton of poppers.
Just poppers?
Yeah, I was like, I tie a lot of, I tie a lot of like leeches and stuff because me and you, I was like, Mitch, it's your lake, you know better than everybody else. What should I use? Ken, what should I use? And you guys were both like, leeches.
Yeah.
100%.
Leech patterns.
So I was like tying a bunch of bunny strips. Yeah.
Mare, it's only leeches.
Yeah.
It's basically not even water. It's just leeches. You're kicking through leech.
There's a lot of leeches on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marabou leeches,
So-
black like woolly bugger patterns.
bunny leeches. I
all that
tied up a
shit.
bunch of bunny leeches. And so I was like, oh, well, you know what I don't like tying? Poppers.
Yeah, that's true. Yelma, what'd you pick up?
I picked up a couple leeches,
Yeah.
pattern, leech-looking things.
Yeah.
And the worms.
The worms that looked like they were,
Worms.
but rigged like a Texas, like
Well, they
a
look like
traditional,
soft plastics, basically.
Yeah, like Texas rigged,
Like yarn.
soft
Plastics.
A couple poppers, and I picked up these two flies. I don't know the name of them. I think Aldo, you had a name for them. The deer hair kind of.
Oh, they're like divers. Like not Dahlberg divers, but like smaller type.
And
They're great looking flies.
They're great. Yeah, they look like little. They actually look like
Do you mean that
a
white
hybrid
sparkly
between
one?
like
Yeah,
a mouse and a streamer.
No,
to
no.
be
The one
honest.
Rob like suggested, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like
Yeah.
a diver. It's like it's
like a dipsy diver.
It's like a very small type of diver fly.
It has
Like
a deer hair.
Yeah.
like- yeah.
diving
deer hair
fly.
head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got two of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it has a name, but that's what it looks like.
And it didn't go any deeper than like a foot from
Yeah.
the surface.
Yeah.
And I crushed.
It was insane. Once you changed
It
to
was
that fly,
insane.
like
Yeah.
you tried a bunch of flies and like you caught a fish or two, but the second you put that one on,
It was insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
Actually, well, I mean, that
I didn't want to take it off, but I wanted to pop. So
You wanted to pop. Well, we'll get into. I mean,
Anyways.
we'll get into how that unfolded. I went to Drift and I was like looking for streamers because I didn't want to pop. I know it's good, right, Yelma?
Jesus.
Yilma just had his first sip of Irish coffee.
And it's
Irish Canadian
changed his
coffee?
life. It looks like he's a new man.
Like the whipped cream, though.
That's Irish coffee, baby. That's how you do it.
No, I know, baby, but I'm just saying.
That's the only way
Bro, I'm just saying it's delicious.
to Irish cough.
Thanks, Ken.
There's a little something extra in that. whipped
Ken,
cream.
do you
What else is extra in that?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
In the whipped cream?
It's a famous secret. It goes back decades.
Like a special ingredient?
is it Cool Whip?
Like vanilla extract,
Is it just Cool Whip?
Cool whip.
no, there's no
peanut
cool
butter.
This is all natural.
Yeah, tastes great.
Straight from the goat.
Oh, it's goat milk.
I have a goat in the backyard.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Mitch.
What's his name? Hermie?
Hermie.
Hermie. is
Hermie.
the goat. Another specialty of Buckshot Lake. I hope you guys enjoy the fine details. I went to Drift and I picked out streamers. I picked out worms. I picked out a couple deer hair poppers. I was just kind of going for everything because I knew that on this lake it's just like, just get a melange. Bass will eat pretty much anything. But Yoma picked out a crazy fly, and it really worked out.
But you
for
gotta
him.
remember, you don't know the name of that though. I didn't hear you mention. What
Yeah,
it
I don't
was
know the
called.
exact name
What
of
are the
it,
exact
but I
name?
literally went into Drift, and I talked to Chris, I talked to everybody, and they were giving advice. Take this, whatever. Not that I didn't know what to buy for largemouth, but there was a specific fly that Rob really got excited for, and there was this one that I used the whole time, and I just don't know the name. I'm sorry, guys, but I just don't know the exact name. But
It's like a little diver fly.
a little diver fly, and it like
a deer hair diver.
deer hair.
We'll post the exact name on
And
Instagram or something.
And then underneath bass, they're only seeing this like,
Messages.
really, flashy kind of
Sparkles.
material
Wasn't it
sparkle
very
underneath.
Big? Wasn't very big.
It wasn't very big. It was
Not a
about
very
like
big
three
fly.
3 inches, in length, and yeah, it was great. And I literally caught a bass at it felt like every cast. That's what it felt like because I was just crushing bass, and I was just stripping 6 inches every time, and
That'll explain why there was a crowd. There was
Gathering.
a crowd amassing on the road there, overlooking the lake.
How
And
many
they-
people do you think were there?
I would say
60.
there's probably 60. Yeah.
yeah,
60,
they've never seen
70,
anything
80.
like this
Cheering
before.
on. Cheering. They didn't know who you were, but
Yeah.
I heard them yelling and.
No, actually, no. The craziest thing was I saw someone with a sign that said Yilma. I was like, whoa, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Hashtag SoFly420. And I was like, wow,
I mean, it's pretty cool. There's obviously your cottage is on the lake, but
It's not right on the lake. It's actually on shore, but it's.
I love it, man.
He's your dad.
what's cool is like that little bay, little back bay. Let's call it little back bay, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a pond, like sort of
I thought it was called Mud Bay or.
silty.
So we got up this morning and we had the flow tubes inflated from last night for the most part, and then we just loaded up Ken's trusty pickup.
Yeah.
Were you driving there, Ken?
A sweet Silverado.
Oh, like a rock.
Oh my god!
Whoa, that was loud. You peaked so hard. Yeah, we loaded up the Silverado, went down to the bay, and launched in and started fishing.
Just put the flow tubes in. It was hilarious.
Dragonflies were coming off.
That bay it's fed by a river upstream. I don't know where the river actually comes from, but
Mitch, didn't you say there's like a waterfall at some point?
spectacular waterfall.
Really? If
Yeah.
you go up that river?
Oh yeah, the river itself is fed. I don't know where that's coming from, but that falls in the spring anyway. With the spring runoff is beautiful.
Yeah, it
Wow,
comes up
cool.
from. It comes up from. I've gone up pretty far. I've gone above the falls and piled up quite a ways, but you get to a point where it's just too overgrown.
You do run into civilizations that have never been discovered.
Yeah.
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 And you're not supposed to go. You're not supposed to interact. Like they're protected, so you're not supposed to talk to them.
Ottawa Valley people.
Ottawa Valley people. Yeah. Mostly roofers, and plumbers, and stuff, and they just don't really get a lot
Italians
of,
that haven't been discovered yet.
They don't see a lot of people, so you're supposed to just stay clear.
Yeah. So we load up the flow tubes, drove over to Mud Bay.
Yeah.
You guys were out there all day.
And
We were out there all day, man.
All day.
Bass opener's the best because it's just like, oh man, it's just like you forget how awesome bass fishing is until you start doing it again.
Totally.
You spend like most of the year, I mean, we do at least in Southern Ontario, fishing trout. Steelheading's a big one because the shoulder seasons are so long. So you're fishing steelhead and it's cold and it's raining and it's windy and snowing and steelheading's hard. You don't really, you're not catching a ton of fish, like not like bass fishing. So when you get out on the lake and fish largemouth or smallmouth, and we're in the float tubes. We had 2 float tubes. So me and Yelmo were each in a fish cat by Outcast. And then Aldo was in a Water Master pontoon rowing around the lake. And that's the best way to fish, 100%.
100% for that size.
100%.
For that size of water body.
Best way.
It's perfect.
Complete versatility. We each had our own system of doing it.
Lily pads everywhere.
Yeah.
Weeds everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the first time you've been in a float tube.
Yeah, actually it is. Shit. Absolutely.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
What'd you like about it?
I like the freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The control.
Yeah. Total independence.
I think that they're go hand in hand. Control and freedom. The fact that you're able to
Well, you're really one with the water.
exactly.
You're right on top of it.
Yeah. I don't need an anchor. I have my little flippers to kind of
The only thing between you and the beasts are just
keep me stable.
couple of inches of polyfiber fabric and some PVC plastic mesh
It's a little harder to cast,
Yeah.
but it's not totally difficult.
and air.
Yeah, I
You
loved
would
it.
blow up the tube.
Yeah.
You sit in it.
Sit in it.
You put flippers on your
It's
feet.
light as shit.
It's light as shit. You kick
Really?
yourself out.
It's super. Yeah,
It's so good.
different compartments to put all your stuff
the
in. I
best.
actually really loved it. But then Aldo brought in like a water master, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's like a small city on water.
Yeah, pretty much. It's amazing. I'm buying one for sure, 100%.
They're
Yeah,
really
Water
cool.
Masters are cool.
They're
So
cool.
good.
They're also
Anchors.
really light. Like just 'cause I had the floor in it, so it wasn't as easy to carry around. But like if you don't have the floor, it's really easy to like walk that thing around.
You just pick it up around you,
Yeah.
How do you do? You
exactly.
put it.
You stand in it and
Yeah.
you just pick it up.
around your waist.
Oh, I
like
see.
like you're
Like a
wearing
hula
pants.
hoop.
Yeah,
I
like a
like
hula
that.
hoop.
Like
yeah,
a hula
yeah.
hoop. I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
But if you don't have a floor, what are you doing? Like when you take it under the water, how do you?
Oh, you still row. You just have like a you
There's
still
like a bar.
You still row, but you would like have like there's this little strap that comes with it,
Yeah.
and it
You
goes
just put your feet on.
and you just put your feet on like a footrest.
Or you put your feet in the water and you just dangle your feet in the
Oh,
water.
okay.
Yeah, you can also wear flippers and row.
Right.
But then when you're like fishing, you just put your feet in the water and kick, just like
Okay.
Yeah. Which is super handy because
But
flip
the-
tubes are great for that reason.
But the floor is
You know?
sick because you
You can
can
stand up.
in
Yeah.
it.
I'd be slapping an electric motor on that.
you probably
You
can.
probably
could.
can.
In fact, no, definitely
definitely
there's people
can.
that definitely do that.
Yeah.
For sure. There's people that do that on like paddleboard, like stand-up paddleboards.
Honestly, I've seen somebody do it
crazy.
on one of the fish cats that you guys were on.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I've seen a
shit.
gas
Well,
motor
that'd
on a
be
stand-up
nice.
paddleboard before.
Those are the rovers, the boat.
Yeah, the Rovers.
But that's an
They're
electric
awesome.
motor or a gas motor?
Gas motor.
Gas motor.
BOTE, like the boat, like
Yeah,
stand-up
yeah,
paddle
yeah.
board company. They make the Rover, which there's an inflatable and a non-inflatable version,
Mm-hmm.
and both can take an outboard motor.
It's whack.
Wow.
And it's basically a stand-up paddleboard.
No, it is a stand-up paddleboard.
But there's like a little system because you can't just obviously just like strap a gas motor to the back of the thing and go. Like
it's just it's a different.
there's a bar.
dude. It's a different shape.
What do you
It's
mean?
a different shape with a bar on it.
Yeah, with a bar on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whack.
Hey, if you're looking for a good hamstring workout,
Yeah.
Get a
Stand-up
fish cat.
paddleboards?
Get a-
Oh, fish cat. Yeah, yeah.
Get a
Because you're
fish-
kicking all day.
oh my god, yeah, got a good workout while we're fishing.
We got serious wind in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Basically, the afternoon was me fighting the wind
And your heartburn.
and my heartburn because we had hot dogs for lunch.
Yeah, fighting the wind was a little challenging.
So
Well-
you're always having a paddle? You're always having a kick?
Yeah,
Yeah, you always have to kick.
But
yeah.
the cool thing is, like, I mean, if we were to go down the lake at a certain point when the wind hit,
Yeah, you just kind of drift.
just
just
drift
drift.
with it, and then like you just keep casting, and then
Yeah.
more opportunities for fish.
Well, the morning started
So a
really
little
well.
troll.
It was quiet in the morning. It was calm, so we paddled out, and I caught 2 fish like pretty much right away. It was like sick, like
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes,
Huh.
and then everybody else started hitting fish, and then we caught 20 fish before lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the total was 20.
We started
yeah.
counting. Yeah, the total was 20, and it was just like wow. And we like that was like we fished probably 2 or 3, well, probably 3 hours,
It was 3 hours. We went out at
Yeah.
like
9, right?
when we finally got all organized and on the water.
On the water, it was like 9.
It was probably like 9.
Yeah. So we fished for like 3 hours, and we caught 20 fish, which is pretty good because like we were pretty casually fishing too.
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know?
we like stopped and ate
Finding
Doritos for
spots.
half an hour.
we did.
yeah, we did, we did.
We
so really,
wrapped
we
it up.
fished for 2.5 hours.
We rafted
We were-
up. We ate Doritos. We were
Mm-hmm.
drinking some beers, hanging out, casting. We caught 20 fish, and then we
Man.
had hot dogs.
That little fly that Rob gave me.
Well, that's what happened. Then we went back out, and you put
Yeah.
that fly on, and then
No, that fly
Oh, it
was
was
on
before,
the first
yeah,
time. Yeah, I put the popper on when I came back up in the evening,
yeah,
and that
was a
popper
nice
was
sunset.
very.
You did a really good job today, Yelma.
that's so
Thank
funny.
you very
Yelma did
much.
kill it today. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yelma really did kill it today.
MVP.
Well, you know what? I've been listening to the podcasts.
Hey.
Hey, oh,
Yoma is the MVP. He's the MVP.
He's the MVP of today for sure.
MVP.
So he probably wins the.
for sure.
Most valuable and most improved.
Oh yeah, there's a
Am I
backpack.
MIP? I'm always
You're
the
the,
MIP.
you're the MIP.
Yelma,
Been in soccer,
yummy,
I'm the
yummy,
MIP.
yummy,
No one wants to be the
yummy,
MIP,
yummy,
but
yummy,
yeah,
yummy,
thanks,
yummy,
guys.
yummy, 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 yummy. There's a backpack that came out of a beer case. Well, why don't you talk about it?
There's a backpack that came out of a beer case,
Yeah. What beer case?
and
Case of what?
I put this forward as the prize for the one who was going to be coming out of MVP
Yeah.
for the fishing derby of the weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds to me like that's Yoma, so I'd like to
Yay.
I'd like to present that out to Yoma. Yoma, on behalf of the
Yay.
Soulfly fishing crew,
Oh,
here is your backpack
the buckshot
that came out
backpack.
of the 24.
Where is it?
You're right here.
It's right here.
There you go.
Thanks, Ken.
Enjoy.
It's lovely.
We'll.
But you guys aren't holding it.
I love the color.
We'll get that signed.
What are you trying to fake it? Like, it's what are you, all of a sudden we're like a professional like broadcast show.
We'll get
The backpack's like on the couch or something.
We'll get that sign for
It's
you.
in a plastic bag.
I've seen it. It looks great.
It's probably in the barbecue.
Yeah, it's probably the barbecue.
We'll get that sign for you.
You
Yoma.
guys are fake
And,
handing over the backpack. Yilma, you won the backpack out of a Coors Light box.
First light 24.
2 pack,
Yeah.
2-4 of Coors Light.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Yilma.
Oh, thank you very much.
How does it make you feel?
Well,
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank Ken for inviting me up to his cottage.
I'd like to thank Coors Light at this.
Yilma was the MVP. He caught a ton of fish.
No, you really did. This
Thanks,
afternoon?
guys. Yeah, yeah.
This evening? Oh
Yeah.
my God, dude. You killed it. You killed it.
What was your secret, Yilma?
I think just relaxation.
You know what it was, Mitch?
Was that fly? It was
Yeah,
the
it was
dippy.
a fly.
The dipsy
No,
fly.
I switched it to the
No,
popper.
no, because he was doing
Oh,
just
yeah,
as good on
that's
the popper.
Yeah.
You know what it was, Mitch?
Mm.
You just mentioned it about 10 minutes ago,
Mm.
but there was this moment where I think it was like 11 or 11:30 or whatever. It was before we clipped up for Dorito time. And you're like, I think you just released a fish and I released a fish and we both looked at each other. You were like drinking a beer and we just like started laughing. And you're like, this is what we wait for. This is what we wait for the whole winter.
Yep.
Because it is. It's like steelheading's cool and I love steelheading and trout fishing's cool and but like bass fishing, you get 2 months basically.
Yep.
Like I know it's open for longer than 2 months, but like when September rolls around and their metabolism goes off and
Or in the city, we don't get that many options, that many times to go out and just like
also that, you know,
float around in a back
and we're
lake
just
for
like we're just
bass.
sitting on float tubes.
Yeah.
The sun is shining. The fish are biting.
Shining.
The fish are the fish are also shining. And we're just sitting on float tubes like bobbing around just like
Listen to music.
you listen to music.
Had the band playing all day.
You did. You had the band.
Yeah.
You had R.I.P. Dr. John.
It was awesome.
Dr. John.
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that at that moment I was like, oh, so it was just great. It was like a great Ontario moment.
How deep is it?
How
I think the
deep
middle
is
is
it?
probably
30.
feet. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Probably, yeah. It's like a big bowl.
If we go out tomorrow, I'm
It's a
going to
big
jig.
bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to put a woolly booger on and get down.
Yeah.
Sit
Split
down
shot.
deep, Yeah.
Man.
Huh. I didn't think it was that deep.
I don't know, man. I put the anchor down a couple
It's a big
times and I
bowl.
was like shocked at how far it was.
Maybe
down.
20.
Now,
maybe
I think you hit a
20
lot
feet.
of weed before you hit the
Oh,
bottom,
yeah.
right?
Silt.
It's like the perfect float tube size. Yeah.
Yeah, because we call it a lake, but it's really a big pond, right?
It's a big
Yeah.
pond. It's a big largemouth pond for sure.
It's a big largemouth pond created by like a beaver dam.
Yeah.
I think it was actually created by an asteroid. I think it hit there back around 300 BC.
He's serious.
Really?
The-
Are you fucking with me? Oh my God, I believe that shit. Ken.
you believed it so hard. Speaking of space, the stars up here are crazy. There are dark sky preserves around
There
here,
are, yeah. This is
and it's awesome.
absolutely. There's actually the other side of Plovena, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going towards Cloyne. There's a spot where you can go that's designated a dark sky or whatever.
Dark
Yep.
Sky Preserve. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. No, I mean, okay, so bass fishing, like, thing is, the thing with bass fishing is exactly what you were saying, although it's, you wait most of the year to be able to have a day where you can just float around like that with your friends and
Like
when
I
you did
get it. Believe me, I get it. Like throwing the spay rod over your shoulder.
Great. I
with
love
the
spay. I
snow-
love steelheading.
with the snow in your face. Like
Trout
I
opener's
get it,
awesome.
I get it.
On the credit and the Grand where we fish and
But when you're
it's great.
when you're just floating in the sun
Yeah,
and
it's the best.
the living's easy,
Yeah.
you're like, oh man,
Oh, it's the best.
we have it hard so often
yeah.
that having it so good.
Having days where you can catch 20 fish in 2 hours is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think we
Yeah.
ended up the day with 60 fish boated.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 20 fish
Not
each.
bad, right?
20 fish each.
What's your record on that lake, Ken?
I think the last time I went out there fishing was with you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I think you've caught 18.
Whoa.
18.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, that was
Whoa.
18
Whoa.
in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You were pulling one out about...
When was
whenever,
that?
Jesus Christ, Mitch.
When was that?
18 fish in 10 minutes.
When was that?
18 fish in 10 minutes? That's crazy.
Oh
It's-
my God.
That's more than a fish a minute.
Yeah.
When was that?
30 seconds you were...
Every 30 seconds. Just another fish.
Catch and release.
Just fish after fish.
You were pulling them up, and I was unhooking them.
I was double teaming them.
And you had 2 poles going.
And I just hurry up, unhooking, hurry up over
Seriously,
there.
It was 18. It was 18 fish over the course of about 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was that you
was,
and-
That was quite a few years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've been fishing that lake for
But there were times you went out
Jeez,
there and
a
it
long
wasn't that
time.
great. Like
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's cold
So
or whatever,
it
and
was-
it's kind of crappy.
Today was one of those exceptional days.
It was an exceptional day.
It was an exceptional day. First of all, that's the first time I ever caught a largemouth bass. But in buckshot, it's not just largemouth, right? There's walleye.
There's walleye.
Buckshot Lake has
Lake trout, walleye,
smallmouth,
ling.
smallmouth,
Ling?
rock bass, perch,
Lingcod?
different types of panfish, and there's lingcod. I've heard people.
I've
catching
heard people
lingcod.
catching it, yeah.
But
Didn't you say that someone caught a pike?
that was
pond?
me and that pond a long time ago.
Yeah.
got-
Really?
A long time
You got
ago.
a pike in that pond, Mitchie?
Probably I was fishing that lake and I had my lure sitting in the water and a big fish of some kind jumped out of the water and I don't know why I don't remember what the fish looked like because I should have been able to identify what the fish was, but it was the shapeth of a piketh, and it jumped out of the watereth and it took my lure and it cut my line like that.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure it was a pike. But it must have been an exception because, like you said, that bay is connected and Buckshot Lake's connected to Brule, and it's connected to
Yep.
all these different lakes and things around the area.
Buckshot Lake's a little stressed though, right? Isn't it right now? Like
Yeah,
a bit of
well-
a stressed lake.
Well, the problem is it's Buckshot's like it's the same with all kinds of lakes. Like it's a good point you bring up actually. Like it's like Buckshot Lake is the story of so many lakes where it's like cottage development, boaters.
Yeah.
Don't even think about fishers, but it's just like people like boats have an impact on ecosystems. Cottages and shore development affect the way the water develops over time. Like we've seen degradation in the lake happen, or degradation, but just change in the lake happen over the years. Like because
Like, what do you mean? Like,
there's
what kind
been
of
a
change?
lot. There's been a lot of development in this bay, even from when we bought the property like
Sure.
20 years ago. Where people are building cottages, they're scraping the shores to build beaches. They're
Yeah.
putting in big docks. They're bringing in giant boats to go wakeboarding, and all this stuff's fine, whatever. But it has an impact on
Sure.
the ecosystems. And then on top of that, people fish, and people keep fish because it's like that's people think they have to keep fish, so they keep fish no matter what. You just catch something, you keep it no matter what, as opposed to thinking about it in a
Catch and
different way.
release. That's the.
I think so. I mean, it's okay to keep fish, but I think it's just kind of like case by case in a way. Like this lake's got, if there's a lot of people keeping walleye all the time, then you're going to see that population decrease, and that's what happened. The walleye, I caught my first fish on a fly rod ever was on Buckshot Lake, out about 100 feet off of our shorefront, down the lake, and it was on a black leech pattern and marabou leech pattern, and I caught a big 20-inch walleye. Was my first fish on a fly rod in a canoe.
It's huge.
And I almost flipped the canoe because I was fiddling with the anchor. I was trying to get the anchor up, and then my fly was just kind of sinking really deep, and I didn't even notice it. And then all of a sudden, I pulled the fly rod up, and fish was on it, and I was doing two things at once, and I almost flipped the canoe. I was freaking out. But it was a giant walleye, and I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, this is a giant walleye.
Yeah.
And I was like 12 or 13 or something, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe the size of this fish. And then after that, I fished spinning and stuff like that again for like a decade, and I didn't catch walleye, and I was fishing like downriggers and like dipsy divers and like getting deep and fishing like worm like cradles and things like that, like really trying to get walleye, and I hadn't caught a walleye for a long time. And then after about, I want to say like 8 years, I think people at that time were keeping a lot of fish, keeping a lot of walleye.
There was.
A lot of people were keeping because they were ice fishing, and then a lot of and they were just
People love eating walleye.
Well, there's
Walleye's
pictures.
delicious.
You can do Google searches
It
of
is.
Buckshot Lake. and
Sure,
you
it
see
is.
pictures
It
of
is
people
delicious.
that are holding large strings of fish that they've kept.
yeah. If you look back in the past,
Yeah.
it's funny. I mean, you see those pictures like everywhere, right? Like back the old days where people just keeping like
Yeah.
They're like, look how many fish there were. It's like, you ate them all.
it was like it was a trophy shot. It was the kind of shot.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you would see like keep them wet type of shot where it's like, oh, that's a trend where people just have these giant stringers like 50,000 fish on it. It's kind of like that, but people were keeping a lot of walleye, and you saw the population go up. But then I think people kind of clued in that was happening, and people kind of slowed down, and you didn't see that many people fishing again. And also there was sucker introduced to the lake through bait, so another sort of fallout of fishing. people dumping bait buckets into the lake, and the population actually took off. But then I think that kind of, because I remember in April years and years ago, I saw a huge run of red horse coming in through the lake we fished today under the bridge, like thousands of red horse sucker coming into the lake.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. So I feel like that was probably.
Didn't you say my fly pattern matched that a little bit?
I thought maybe because it was like a shiner minnow type of thing. So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe it kind of looks like a sucker or something. But at the end of the day, these largemouth bass, if it moves, it's shiny, it mimics life, and it's going to move in
Yeah.
water, they're going to just smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, your fly worked really well. Maybe it had to do with maybe it was a bit of the red horse sucker thing, baby. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows, man?
But it was
That fly was the fly.
kicked it off.
It was a fly.
But
The fly is the MVP.
come
Truly.
on, baby, come on.
But the T-shirt doesn't
Don't
fit
put
the fly,
yourself
so
down.
I'll have.
We can't give
or the backpack.
the backpack.
Okay.
You can't give a backpack to the fly, baby.
No,
So
it has no shoulders.
exactly.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
But we saw a walleye. Steph, my girlfriend Steph caught a giant walleye in East Bay a few years ago, and I was like, whoa. And then after that, I just started catching tons of walleye again on the fly rod. And Joe, episode 4 guest, he's fished here, and he's caught walleye off the dock on fly rods and on
Zoe,
worms and stuff.
his daughter has?
Yeah, so walleye really came
Zoe-
back in a big way.
Zoe's caught all kinds of crazy stuff off the dock.
Yeah.
She's caught like walleye, fall fish, a fish called fall
Yeah,
fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'd never
Like a
seen
type
before.
of sucker, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off the stock.
Yeah.
I think she's probably caught bass.
Yeah.
right off the stock.
Yeah. No, tons of fish.
Yeah.
But it was great because the populations really sort of bounced back, and yeah, like I said, you can go out to the lake now, and you can catch walleye on crayfish patterns on a fly rod in 20 feet, 15 feet, 10 feet of water.
But
Great.
Buckshot's not unique, right? But this area with all the lakes that they've got.
Yeah.
You know, Moss Lake,
Well, Brule,
Brule,
Mazenau.
Brule
What
is
i-
actually a pretty
what
good
is this
lake.
area called?
Brule's big.
This is like the
North Frontenac,
North Frontenac,
Addington Highlands,
Addington Highlands,
part of
yeah.
that.
Addington Highlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, if you think Bon Echo or you think Mazenau Lake, it's definitely a part of that sort of region. Like Ontario looks, when you go to Bon Echo Park, this region looks like that. Ontario, like Bancroft and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's all kind of part, and Caladar, it's kind of all part of
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
But it's very, very special. It's unique. There's nowhere else in Ontario that's really that's the cool thing about Ontario is everywhere you go in Ontario, there's a bit of a different vibe, but still there's commonalities, but it all feels kind of like Southern Ontario doesn't feel like this
No,
region.
no.
Ottawa, even an hour and a half away, feels different.
You know what's crazy is like
You know?
growing up in Ottawa, and like I've never. This is only an hour and a half away from Ottawa.
Yeah.
Never.
But that's because Ontario's just massive. Because you could go to Quebec,
Yeah, we always ended up
Exactly.
going to Quebec.
yeah,
Yeah.
and fished amazing smallmouth
Oh
waters.
my
in
god,
Quebec.
amazing.
That's where Steph's
lakes.
cottage is in
Or
Quebec.
upstate New York, you guys went there a lot, didn't you?
For trout, yeah.
For a trout, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we cottaged. Like a lot, obviously people in Toronto they go to Muskoka or whatever. We always went to north of the Gatineaus. For us anyway, and just banged smallmouth in back.
Well, there's Algonquin Park. There's like Renfrew, and there's so many different areas you could go
Lanark?
to.
Lanark,
like, yeah. Lanark's great. I love Lanark.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Lanark has some amazing trout lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing trout lakes.
Oh yeah. Great bass fishing too.
100%. There's great bass and
Everywhere.
the Kawarthas.
Yeah. Halliburton region, Yelma Lakes.
I love Halliburton.
I love Halliburton.
I would buy a property in Halliburton.
You've got big smallmouth in Halliburton.
huge smallmouth. in
Dude,
Halliburton.
massive.
Yeah.
And you were fishing
Also-
on paddleboards?
Yeah.
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 Also, Halliburton, really good trout fishing too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been on some good trout lakes in Halliburton.
Prince Edward County and all that region.
Oh my god.
That's not that far from here if we're thinking about it, but I mean, yeah, like there's just so much good water.
Going down to the Kawarthas
choose
for like
from.
muskie.
Yeah, well, that's our Bill episode. What episode's Bill?
18.
Check Bill, man. Check out Bill. Bill talks about muskie fishing, and Bill goes to the Kawarthas all the time to fish. Yeah.
There is some serious muskie in the
It's the
Kawarthas.
best, man. It's the best. But this region, though, yeah, absolutely special. Bancroft, if you've fished up in Bancroft or even just hiked or paddled or whatever, you'll understand kind of like the topography of the land. But absolutely amazing. And yeah, to your point, Brule Lake, they're all kind of the same. They're all kind of like, yeah, smallmouth, lake trout, and walleye
Yep.
are the fish,
Yep.
you know?
Deep lakes.
Deep lakes.
Yep.
Mazenau's the exception where they've got muskie and sturgeon because it's like one of the deepest lakes.
huge,
It's
yeah.
massively deep lake, hundreds of feet deep. Really crazy. That's where they have the rocks with the hieroglyphics on
Yeah.
the rocks, which is super cool.
That
but-
is super
but
cool.
It's crazy. You could paddleboard along the rocks and just see like
You know what's rad about that though
These
is I know there's a real focus on native species.
yeah. Oh, episode 16 with Bill.
Yeah, 16 with
Confirmed.
Bill. There's a focus on like native species lately
Mhm.
when it comes to trout, like in fly fishing media anyway. Those are native species.
What's that?
Like for this area, you know, like lake trout.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Lake trout. You're talking about walleye
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They're the lesser. I hesitate to use the word sexy. I hate using that, but like they're the less romanticized, let's say, you know, fly rod species,
Right.
but they're native species.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're important species to this ecosystem, you know, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what fishing in Ontario is. It's pike, smallmouth, walleye, and lake trout.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
yeah.
Like, and brook trout if you're lucky enough to find it still.
Mm-hmm.
And
brook trout, yeah. For
yeah,
Sure.
and like
Brook
it-
trout for sure.
you know, if you're lucky enough to come across
Yeah.
a place that still has them, and so like that's what I love about fishing around here because you know you're. It's like you said, like the story of this lake, Brule Lake or whatever. It's a story of so many lakes. You just show up to them. You're like, well, what kind of lake is this?
And
Is
it's
this a
just
bass
the
lake or
it's the idea of like cottagers.
yes.
It's really took Ontario by storm.
It's incredibly
Like
quiet.
even at the peak of the summer, there's cottagers, but by cottagers, like yeah, you see like maybe a
Honestly,
boat or
man,
two, and it's
honestly,
not that
man,
bad, you know. Like,
Honestly, driving
Yeah.
up here, no humans.
it's a beautiful drive up.
Is it beautiful
I
drive?
love hitting
Again,
Calidar and
super
man.
like you know, growing up not far from here, like relatively speaking, like beautiful. Never been
Yeah.
up here before.
We were up here in like 3 hours, man.
Yeah, we made good time.
We did.
But you know why? It's because I'm Russian. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, come on, baby. Like it's the Russian at the LCBO.
No, I think you're a great driver.
Yilma's like, what kind of
You-
wine should I get? And I'm like, come on, let's go. Like I got my 15 bush. I'm ready to go. That's how
Yeah.
we make good time. And then we're up here really quick. 3.5
Yeah.
hours, I would say. Apart from Toronto traffic, it's not bad at all. 4 hours and you're in the middle of like
great, but-
wilderness is where you are.
By the time I had 650,000 mosquito bites, you guys were here.
Oh,
Yeah.
the bugs are so
That's
bad.
crazy.
Yo, the
Black
bugs,
flies.
though.
Why are the bugs so bad
Black
this year?
flies. Late spring, right?
Late spring.
How have you noticed it? Like, because you've been up here more than.
This is
And-
the worst year ever.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Since 2003?
Like, black flies the end of June is crazy.
Yeah,
Usually
like
the
swarms of
black
black
flies
flies
are done by the end of May,
Yeah.
but we're at almost the end of June, and
Yeah.
black flies are still around. It's crazy.
It is really crazy, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The black flies are like absolutely awful, and the mosquitoes are insane.
Yeah.
You basically like breathe and you just swallow a bunch of mosquitoes.
Oh, man.
Yo, but do you want to do some Factor Fishy? Because we didn't do a Factor Fishy on the last podcast with April Vokey.
No, because
Well, we didn't want to really just bore her with
no,
tedious segment.
exactly.
But now it's just the four of us.
Bore away.
Yilma, Factor Fishy is. Come on. He's falling asleep into his microphone right now. Yilma. Jesus, Yilma.
Okay. I have 2 stories to tell you. First one,
Should I put music in between? Like, what do you want me to do?
I don't know.
Music makes a little intro. Little intro.
Well, this is your
Oh,
segment.
yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Fact or fishy?
No, you know what?
Yilma.
No, Ken's a guest. You do something. You're a musical guy. Come on,
He's not a musical guy.
isn't he? He's got great vibrato.
Facto fishy.
That's great. What are you
Oh.
talking about?
Holy
Okay,
shit.
wait,
You
him
got it.
Okay, wait. Let him do a clean take so that we can use this from
All right.
now on.
I don't want to do that.
Just do a clean little.
Facto fishy. Whoa.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good, actually. I like that a lot.
We'll use that.
Okay, well, that's your official music from now on. Yelma, kick it off. Take us in. Okay, go. We're ready, baby. Oh, God, he's crazy. He's looking at me with crazy eyes.
A couple, George and Suzanne, were at the riverbank,
Yeah.
and they saw a basketball floating.
Okay.
Okay,
Cast
floating
away.
on the river.
Yeah.
Like Castaway, yeah.
Yeah.
But this
Wilson.
basketball's name wasn't Wilson.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, what's this like? But it was floating, but it was floating sort of like in a different way. It wasn't just going down the current. It was actually going up
Whoa.
the current. I know, right? It's like
You're swimming?
almost.
Yeah.
So they got a little closer. They got on their boat, their little canoe, and they,
Yeah.
they rowed over,
Mm-hmm.
paddled over, and they went a little closer to the ball. And there was an actual catfish. There was a ball wedged in the catfish's mouth, a basketball wedged in the catfish's mouth. I can't even talk. Yeah.
What are the names again?
George and Susan.
Okay.
So as they went to the ball,
Yeah.
okay, they're trying to unwedge the ball from the catfish's mouth.
Well,
I kid you not, Ken.
That's a humane thing to do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Ken knows.
Yeah.
This
Totally.
is-
Totally.
I had that experience.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it out, so they.
Did you say you had that experience?
It happens. When
I
you
had that
fish-
experience.
When you fish as much as you do, you see it all.
I've
You've seen it all. Okay, so they're trying to unwedge it.
Yeah, so Susan, being the smart person out of the couple, took the knife out.
George was probably a dumb bass.
Hey!
Oh, hey!
Good stuff.
Sliced the ball.
Yeah.
Deflated the ball, and I was able to get the ball
Out of the
basketball
catfish's
out of the catfish's mouth.
Okay.
Audience, is that fact or fishy?
So let me just top line the facts or the fishiness so that people can know. There's people on a lake. There was a basketball floating. People saw that it was floating upstream or up current or whatever. And then they noticed that a catfish was actually trying to eat the basketball. It was stuck in its mouth. And so they went and they cut it out with a knife. The basketball, and saved the catfish's life. Fishy.
Fact.
Miss, you're wrong.
No way.
Fact.
Seriously?
Story's right here.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. What?
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so happy there was a fact.
It's George and Susan
Well,
Lowell.
yeah.
They live
That's crazy.
over this-
Where'd you find that? Where's this from? Where's this from?
I'm going to open it
next
up.
lake over.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is from madeupfishstories.com. and,
This is from factorfishy.com. Oh shit, we're
Yeah,
plagiarists.
this is from a website called phonotic.com. Phonotic.com. I don't know.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man. That's a ridiculous story.
And they
Okay.
got pictures and everything. Check this out.
Wow.
Oh, whoa. There's this actual.
Oh, there
pictures.
actually are
wow.
pictures.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that is fact.
Yeah, this
Wow.
fact.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know if that's a basketball, but yeah.
That's
No,
crazy,
they said
man.
basketball in the story, so I just kept it true to.
I like that. Okay.
It's so far fetched that you got to believe it's fact, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
No. Yeah.
well-
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Yilma catching 20 fish.
Fishy.
Sleep with one eye open.
Whoa.
Oh, fact.
All right. Hit us with number 2, baby. This is the best part because he's making it up right now.
How do you know?
Okay. I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever fished
Yes.
with with real rope, like a thick, like an actual
No.
No.
a gentleman by the name of Ben Krillworth. I kid you not. You guys are looking at me. What if this is true?
Have we ever fished with real rope?
Ken?
No.
Have you ever, Ken? have
Ken
you ever filled with-
Quillbroth.
I've never fished
None of
with
us have
real
fished
rope.
with real rope with this established.
Okay, well, this man has. He had no fishing line. Some people aren't as
Equipped.
affluent or as equipped as others. So he took a rope. The diameter of this rope was about a quarter inch. Okay, so it's pretty thick. It's no mono. It's no fluoro. And he tied something on this thing. He tied a bird on.
Whoa.
What?
He tied. I don't know what kind of bird. Didn't say in this.
Oh, fact. You blew it.
This might be all part of the display.
Yes, it could be.
He.
I think you'll put it on.
Fiction.
I don't know what kind of bird. It didn't say that in the story I
anyways,
just read.
so anyways, he tied the bird on his quarter-inch thick rope that he had. That the only rope that he had, and he casted it in.
Why didn't you just eat the bird?
True. Good. Yeah.
Good point, Ken.
Good point. But I think this bird was poisonous.
Oh,
Poisonous bird.
Yeah, poisonous
Yeah.
bird. And he cast his bird into this little reservoir.
Was that bird a popper?
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
How did he cast it? Can it fly?
He chucked it.
Did he break its wings?
This bird was
right?
dead.
Oh, it was a dead bird.
I should have said that. Okay.
Okay.
So he casted it in. He started retrieving, doing his thing. And he caught the biggest dish that he's ever caught in his life for his family of 4.
Dish?
Okay.
Dish?
Yeah.
What's that?
What kind of dish? Like a fish dish?
He caught a saltwater crocodile on that.
Okay.
And then he killed it?
What's a
And he
dish?
killed it.
Yeah, he caught a dish.
What does that
and
mean?
He ate it
Yep.
with his family of 4.
Tastes like chicken, by the way.
Fact
Yeah,
or fishy.
I
It does
had
look
that
like chicken.
So, okay, let the top line this. A guy finds a dead bird, he puts it on a rope and throws it in the ocean, and then a saltwater
Catches a saltwater crocodile.
and then somehow manages to kill said saltwater.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, saltwater crocodiles, when they bite their prey, they flip,
roll.
they roll,
Yeah.
Oh,
wrapping the line around them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Strangled him.
So
What's a
he,
dish mean? He caught a
he
dish.
caught a dish.
Just said he made a dish.
He caught the
Oh, a
biggest.
dish, like food, like a
Yeah,
plate.
like food. I'm not, you know.
He caught the
Gotcha.
biggest dish.
I gotcha.
Fact.
Yeah, fact. I
Yeah,
can
it was
100%
obviously
that's
fact.
happening.
Yeah, fishy. Oh, Yelma was lying. Oh.
That was fishy.
Yeah, it was fishy.
That was awesome.
Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you very
Well
much.
done.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ken.
You've found a way.
There also are no saltwater
Wow.
crocodiles in Belize.
Yeah, I know Alden knew what was going on.
You've done well today. That
Thank
marks
you.
the end of the SoFly podcast series. We're ending. This is the last podcast.
Yeah,
and we want to thank
'cause,
everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Two-
Yilma was
I'm
able
too-
to...
Oh
I'm
my
too-
God, I believe what you just said there.
No, I think that was amazing. I
Fooled
think
the entire panel.
you fooled the panel.
2 asides though.
Yeah.
First one to that story you just told. This guy in the Seychelles, I'm pretty sure it was the Seychelles, he tied a black flip flop to his fly line and tossed it into the flat because there were GTs around. You guys know those
Yeah,
GTs,
you told me the story.
the GTs that
Yeah.
eat the birds or whatever. And he fucking caught a fish on a flip flop.
On a flip-flop.
Over the hook.
Yeah.
So that
It's whack.
number one, cool.
Wasn't that in Planet Earth?
The GT's eating the birds.
The birds,
Yes.
yeah.
Birds are, yeah.
Number two, you know that float tube you guys were floating around in today?
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy that catches tarpon on them.
What?
Could
He
you
gets- He
imagine-
just gets pulled?
Could you imagine
On a
catching
fish-
a tarpon
on
on
a
a
fish
fish cat?
That's crazy.
Like
He would get sunk.
You
There's
should
no
watch
way.
it. You should watch the video, man. The head is as big as the float tube. Like he pulls up this one fish,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's the size of his float tube.
But doesn't it pull him?
It must.
It does.
It has to pull him like
It-
far.
over the place.
Honestly, it's
That's
wild. It's wild.
crazy.
I was watching this video. I was like, "There's no way,"
There's no way.
and
Yeah.
there is a way, and this guy does it.
It's probably got an anchor.
He's got to have
Still.
something. Yeah, no, he's got to have something, man. Like,
He's just kicking.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
kicking.
he's just like stripping and
Yeah.
kicking like
Yeah.
his life away. Anyway, watch that video. It's super rad.
It's insane, man.
He's like demoing like a 100-pound tarpon on a float
Jesus.
tube.
That's crazy.
It was wild. Also, like, aren't there other crazy things that could eat you
I know.
while you're in that water?
If you're a float tube, you just look
Yeah.
like a bobbin, like a seal, like a great white's going to come
Exactly.
up and just narc
Just
ya.
smoke,
Well,
yeah.
no great way.
Where
Just
he-
tarpon.
I can't remember where he was,
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
crazy.
he just like fishing tarpon in a float tube. In that same fish cat you guys
People
were
are
in.
maniacs.
people
are maniacs.
people are maniacs.
Especially when it comes
yeah.
to fly fishing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Guys, that was a great bass opener. Yilma, amazing Factor Fishy. You pulled the wool right over our eyes, and I can't
Focus.
believe the it was amazing. And it was a great bass opener weekend. I think we had such a good time fishing bass.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Papa Doos, for having us up.
Yeah,
Hey,
my pleasure.
Ken, I gotta
My
say,
pleasure.
you know, the hospitality was through the roof.
Hey, thanks very much.
The beers, the
The food,
the shuttling.
the shuttle service,
the shuttling, the float tube
Yes,
shuttling.
My God.
Well, I'll get your bill by the end of the month.
Hey! Over to Yilma. Well, he's gonna cover that. Hey, Yilma. Yilma, did you have a good bass opener, baby?
I had a. This year is the year of Yilma fishing.
Mm-hmm.
I have never
Whoa.
caught so many fish. I've never. It started off as an amazing fishing year for me.
Mm-hmm.
Steelhead on the Maitland, casting like a pro, crushing bass.
Humble. 2 bottles of wine, and you're like, man, I'm casting like a pro. You know.
All right, lefty.
You did well. You did very well today. Yeah. You killed it.
feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, like all the. I think this is the year
Yeah.
that I just crush fish.
It actually is kind of true. Like every time he's been out, he's hit a landmark.
Yeah,
It's good.
Landmark?
Well, good stuff,
Probably
man.
practicing
rainbows
for
in
opener.
Cape Town. Like to start off the year, like oh my
True,
god, like you know,
true.
like,
Rainbows in
That's
Cape
true.
Town.
You can't top that for a season
Yeah.
opener.
Yeah. Do you want to record some voicemails really quick?
Yes.
I got names. I'm gonna give you guys.
Are they names or are they Instagram handles?
They're names. I have the names. So
Oh,
we'll
thank
give
God.
we'll give you guys names, and everybody just spitball.
Wait a minute, Mitch.
What?
You know what?
What?
This is your family cottage.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you learned how to fly fish.
Yeah.
Was this a great bass opener for you?
It's a great bass opener, and I think it's reminiscent of.
Good question.
I think it's pretty much reminiscent of every bass opener because I spend it here no matter what. Because it's also my birthday weekend. So
Whoa, happy birthday.
thank you so much.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Monday, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, 2 days from now.
Monday, baby.
So,
Yelma, what you got for me? Something waiting on my desk at work Monday morning. A little birthday present.
now, yes.
My dad's birthday someday, so I got to get
Really? We met your dad and me.
23rd.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It was a great bass opener, 100%. I'm going to spend every bass opener up here. It's an absolutely amazing place up here. And the fishing's great. And, I hope people take care of it for years to come, and I'll fight for it forever, too. And if you get a chance to fish up here, do it, because it's really great.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple months back ago, we posted, actually it wasn't a couple months, it was not that long ago
It was
at all.
like a week ago.
So a little while ago, we posted on Instagram saying, tag your fishing pal and we'll record a voicemail for them on the show. We're going to record one per person, and you're not getting any retakes. We're starting with Yilma. His name's Paul. Voicemail, go.
Hi, you've reached Paul. I'm not here right now. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you shortly.
Okay, Aldo, Jacob.
Hey, you've reached Jacob. I'm in the middle of nowhere right now, so try and find me.
Dad?
What?
My dad.
What are you doing to me?
Okay, so here's what you got to do. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a name. Make a voicemail. His name's Nick.
I got to do it?
Yeah. This is his voicemail. Go.
Hey, Nick here. I'll be looking forward to your call. Just leave me a little bit of a message and I'll be calling you right back.
Okay, I'm going to record one. Here we go, all right? His name's Rob. Hey, you reached Rob, but this is Rob talking to you right now, and I'm out fishing, so I can't come to the old telephone. Give me a message at the beep. Yilma, I got one for you. Here we go. Aaron, ready? 3, 2, 1. Aaron.
Aaron's not here right now. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much.
Dan is yours. Ready? Go.
Hey, you've reached Dan. I've crashed my ATV on a back road as per usual. I'll get back to you as soon as I can once I dig myself out of a ditch. You've reached Dan.
You know what? Let's both do the last one. Me and you, Rory. But I'm going to start, and then you come in halfway. Ready?
You guys are both Rory.
Here we go. Here, ready? Hey, this is Rory coming at you, and I'm not at my phone right now because I'm
Washing my underwear.
all right. That works. Thanks for in your comments.
Try another one.
You've reached Rory. I can't come to the phone because I'm
Gutting a hog.
beep. Okay, ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you've reached Rory, and I can't come to the phone because I'm.
On the trampoline.
Please leave a message after the.
Trampoline.
What do you mean? Rory's got like 8 voicemails.
They're not good, though.
Those
What?
are all
They're all
bangers.
pretty funny, man.
No, they're lame.
Yeah, it was a great bass opener. I hope you guys enjoy those voicemails. If you don't, too bad.
Hey, Rory. Sorry, dude.
Thanks so much for listening to another episode. That's it from me, Mitch, Aldo.
Yeah, this is Aldo signing off. You can reach us at thesoflycrew@gmail.com or sofly.ca. Mitch, Ken especially, thanks for having us up. And thanks for everything
Good
you
seeing
did. Really appreciate it. This is a really special bass opener for me. Yeah. Thanks, Mitch.
Yelma.
I want to say thank you so much for having me up here. It's been great, Ken.
Our pleasure.
My appreciation is unmeasurable. So thank you so much.
And Papa Dews.
Good seeing you all up here, boys.
Thanks for coming on the show. And that's it for me, Mitch, and everybody. Thanks for listening. Take care.
Probably the worst show ever.